The Spfl Player of the Century continues on with another round of the quarter-finals, and this one pits Celtic's John Hartson up against Rangers' Barry Ferguson. Welcome back to Fog Football, and let me tell you something, brother. This is a clash of the 2000s. Now, yeah, to be fair, Barry was in the 90s, and so was Hartson, but Hartson didn't join Celtic until the 2000s. So, this is a 2000s battle for me, and, well, I mean, I say 2000s battle, it's Player of the Century, folks. Play the game. And what we've got here is a Rangers captain, a Rangers great, and what we've got is a very good player for Celtic. And that, to me, is the difference. Barry Ferguson gets into pretty much every single team that you would do. If you were doing a team of the century, the 21st century so far, combining it in this league, or just doing an old firm, Barry Ferguson gets into it. John Hartson, on the other hand, gets nowhere near it, and we all know that. Now, to be fair, there is strong options up front, but something that doesn't sit right with me is the results on this poll. 1.6k, so 1,600 people have voted on this poll. Put it up 7 days ago. We've let it sit there. We've let it simmer, alright? And this is the results it's came away with. I'm not happy, alright? Because John Hartson beating Barry Ferguson, doesn't matter by what percentage. Now, 100 would be, I mean, that would be, I don't have words to describe that, but to beat him 55 to 45, come on, folks. Now, here, I know the score on this channel. Doesn't really matter what we put up. If there is an option that is Celtic orientated, they're going to select that, because this channel, the majority of the people that comment and are subscribed are Celtic fans. So, I'm not surprised that John Hartson's won this poll, but the fact of the matter is this, he should never, and I mean never, be winning this poll. Barry Ferguson, different gravy. As you can see, this now puts, well, if you see who John Hartson beat on his way here, right, he should never, and I mean never, be getting past Gio van Bronckhorst, right? But I can accept it a wee bit more than Barry, alright? I can accept it a wee bit more than Barry Ferguson. Barry Ferguson smokes John Hartson every single day of the week. John Hartson beat Rudy Scatchell as well. Some people would even have that up in the air between who's the better guy. You know, Hartson came in, he's won a lot of trophies with Celtic as well, but let's no beat around the bush here. John Hartson was the third man. He was down the pecking order at Celtic. Now, here, one of those guys is Henrik Larsson. And of course he's going to be behind Henrik Larsson, but he was behind Chris Sutton as well. And people just need to let the bias go to one side here, folks, right? Because see if this was Henrik Larsson against Barry Ferguson, I'd put my hands up and be like, yeah, Barry, loved the guy, he was phenomenal, but he wasn't quite Henrik Larsson, and I think people have just got to do that here. Put your hands up and hold the L, Celtic fans. There's no way, and I mean no frickin' way, that people can think Barry Ferguson is a worse footballer than John Hartson. It's just not right. We do have a bunch of comments to get into, 48 to be exact, and we're going to get into it. So, Mr. Project Mayhem says, I knew there was a crack epidemic in Scotland, but I had no idea it was this bad. Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. How the hell has he won? Come on. Artificial Music says, Hartson was a good player, but Barry was on another level. Yeah, no, I'm not downplaying John Hartson, folks. John Hartson was a good player for Celtic. Good player. Great option to have. Scored some great goals. But as he says, Barry was on another level. Barry Ferguson, 5 league titles. But Big Hartson was a cracking player. I wonder what those pair would cost today. They would cost a decent bit of money, wouldn't they? Anne Frank's Trumpet says, clearly Barry Ferguson. Yeah, I don't think anybody... That's a Dundee United fan as well saying that. Vincent says, Celtic fan, BBJ was great, but Ferguson clearly wins this. Hugh says, could do with Big John these days. But what way did you vote, Hugh? What way did you vote? At the Celtic Maid says, Barry was class, to be fair. So a lot of these comments, yeah, they're appreciating what big Hartson did, but the Celtic fans are saying that Barry was different gravy. Rhea plays, no contest. One failed in England and the other well thought of. Sideways Barry. That great went to Blackburn, lol. Oh, in the mighty Birmingham. Right, we can rip the pish if you want. Barry Ferguson going to Birmingham. But yeah, the move to Blackburn didn't exactly work out, right? But he came back and done some great stuff. As for Birmingham, right? Guy took them to guy led them to a League Cup victory. You mean, I know the League Cup is not the end all be all, right? But beating Arsenal, Arsene Wenger's Arsenal, who were a much better team than Birmingham, even though Arsenal were on the decline by that point, that's a massive achievement. And the fact that Barry Ferguson helped him to do that is a great thing on his resume. Kenny Spence, the Asterisk years where Rangers cheated for a decade and Celtic still won more trophies. Kenny needs to fucking reel it in there, doesn't he, man? Right? Even if you wanted to go down that route and spew utter pish, doesn't change the fact that Barry Ferguson's fucking better than John Hartson. John Foley, one a forward, one a midfielder, little bit of chalk, little bit of cheese. But see this, man. Oh, one's a midfielder and one's a forward. So John, who's better, Shane Duffy or Henrik Larsson? Are we gonna spin the argument? Well, one's a striker, one's a centre back. No, you're going to say Henrik Larsson's fucking better than Shane Duffy. Pedro, Barry Ferguson, Rangers captain at 22, played 484 times for Rangers, winning 15 trophies. John Hartson, 146 games for Celtic, winning 6 trophies. If you vote at Hartson, you've got your rocks in your head and you know nothing about football, you don't understand. Right, well, I mean, obviously trophies matter, right? But there's going to be certain players that in this, there's going to be certain players across the board, right, that have won less trophies than the other player, and just because you won more trophies doesn't always equate to you being a better player. But yeah, in this instance, Barry has won 9 more trophies than John Hartson. But to me, even if you swapped the amount of trophies that each player won, right, and say Barry had you take a lot of years away he had at Rangers, and say he spent more years in the English Premier League, I'd still go Barry Ferguson's the better player. The trophies in the end all and be all in terms of rating a player. It's like Harry Kane. Harry Kane took him to like 31, 32 to win any form of trophies. He had to go to Bayern Munich. That doesn't mean Harry Kane is a worse footballer than fucking whoever, some guy that won a trophy at some point in his career. Aaron Jack, to be fair, if we were floating on passing sideways, Barry Ferguson walks it. We've got a comment here. This is my thoughts. I've seen a lot of people talking like he was some sort of maestro. I remember side passes in one season. They thought we was amazing. He got 17 goals in midfield. 11 of them were penalties. Well, again, you have to score the penalties, don't you? The same people spewing that will be loving the fact that Arnie Engels fucking banged in penalties. You still have to step up and score penalties, right?
Wait, where are we at?
We're at the fucking boiling point here, because I'm not having that.
Yeah, listen, man. John Hartson, good player, not taking anything away from him. And even I think that Barry Ferguson's overrated, but come on. Barry Ferguson clears John Hartson every day of the week. But,
yep.
You know, I mean, unfortunately, there's a bias in this channel that doesn't allow that to happen, but it is what it is.
That's what it is. He's on about Russell Martin, so we'll leave that one. Barry the Crab and Johnny Elbows. Got to be Baza. Barry. Big bad John scared the Rangers. It's clearly Ferguson from an Arab. I mean, there you go. A lot of Dundee United fans are saying Barry, despite the fact they don't like Rangers.
Yep.
And again, like I said earlier, yeah, Barry's won more trophies, but do you not think when it comes to who's the better player, I'm not saying
trophies don't really matter as much. I mean,
yeah, it's like the spells.
Like Cal McGregor's won more trophies than Henrik Larsson, but
yeah. Oh, but one's a midfielder and one's a striker. You know, are we going down that road, guys?
Anyway, I think I'll leave the comments. What do you think?
We've got yeah, as Master Saf says, looks like more Celtic fans watch your channel. Hartson leading here. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it should have been I'd say it should have been a pretty comfortable win for Barry Ferguson. I'm thinking something along the lines of 70-30, 65-35, but Hartson gets the win. That's the last Rangers player eliminated. Hartson will move into the semi-finals, and there's only 5 players left. They're all Celtic players, so the greatest player of the 21st century is going to be crowned. It's going to be a player. It's going to be a Celtic player. Just a question of who's it going to be.
Who is it going to be, guys? We'll have to wait and see, but at least
it's not going to be Barry Ferguson.
It's not going to be Barry Ferguson, but at least there'll be no bias.
No, it's we're going to get the real answer from this point onwards. So anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.